Okay. Just wanted to make a quick video for you guys to go over the draft this weekend. I just kind of wanted to make a quick like introductory video on how it's going to work. Um, this way you kind of know what you're doing because I know it's a lot of people's first time. So I'm going to pause this here for a second. So basically what I did was I joined this thing called a mock draft, okay? And in the Yahoo Fantasy app, there is a thing called mock draft where you can join a draft and go through the whole process so that you can basically it's like a trial run for your real draft, right? So like I did this mock draft and I just did it for this video, but I've been doing mock drafts here and there so I'm ready for this weekend, right? So basically, I joined this draft. Okay, there's 8 teams, just like our league, and I am pick number 7. This is completely random. When we do the draft this weekend, it's going to be completely random. You join. It'll say join the draft or whatever. You click, enter the draft, and it'll just pop you in a random spot. The way the draft pick works, okay? Obviously, number 1 goes first, okay? But what's going to happen is, as the draft goes through, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 8 will pick again, and then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 will pick again, 2, 3. So that's how it goes, okay? So being 7th, being at the end, is not necessarily a bad thing because, in the draft, right? When it gets through, I might not get like the top, first picks that I really want, but I get back-to-back picks, right? So I'll be 7th, 8th, and then I'm the 3rd pick, right? On my next pick. So let me just show you how I kind of did this. So I didn't pick players specifically as a strategy in this video. I just literally went through the process and pretty much randomly picked people just to show you how it works. So yeah, so see the countdown will start at the top, and that will be when the draft lobby is created. So boom, right, here we go. It is creating the lobby. So basically, right, so here we are. So the draft, I entered the lobby, and this is where it puts you, right? This is the first, like as soon as you enter the draft, this is where you are, okay? All you need to know is on the top, it says draft begins in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. So you can actually plan your picks before the draft actually begins, okay? So the lobby is created, then you have about 2-3 minutes to kind of strategize, okay? Now on these bottom tabs, okay, here I'm going to play this. So on the bottom tabs, you'll see it says players, queue, draft order, and results, okay? So I'm going to kind of go through this. You don't have to worry about draft order. Your results, though, I'm going to pause this here. So this is what your full roster should look like, okay? Your full roster is going to be a QB, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, and then this is the WRT. This is a flex, okay? That's called a flex player. And a flex player, you can put in a wide receiver, running back, or a tight end. So it's kind of cool because you don't have to be strictly, I could only put in this kind of player. You could put in any of the 3 types. And then you have kicker and then defense. So yeah, I kind of show this here. And then, hold on, let me pause this here. So then BN, those are your bench players. So you're going to have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to have 6 bench players, right? So those are your backup guys. So, but the bench players will be kind of like your backup wide receivers, running back. So you see how there's a star next to these guys? Now on the top, this top tab, you could go through each position, which is really simple, right? But what's cool is with the star here, okay, I can actually star what players I want. And what that means is when I star them, they're added to the queue at the bottom. And your queue is like kind of like your personal list. Okay. So see, I just starred Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry. Here we go. Kamara. So I'm going to just star a couple guys here, right? QB, right? Here we go. I want Mahomes. I want Wilson, Brady, right? Rogers, whatever. Okay. So wide receiver, here we go. I'm gonna star these guys. Now this is all before the draft starts, right? So I'm just favoriting my guys, which is cool. So you can do this too, right? So now I've done this, right? Here are my guys. Hold on, I'm gonna get a couple more guys here. Go to the tight ends, right? Oops. If you click into them, it gives you details, but you don't have to do that. That'll be more so in the season. You click into them, and it'll give you more details of what their status is. So yeah, that's what I'm just showing here. But this has no notes because the season hasn't started yet. Okay, so this is the queue, right? So see how I hit queue at the bottom? So now all those players I starred, they're all in my queue, right? So here, I'm just going to pause this for a second. So basically, when the draft starts, if I do all my pre-work, if I star all the guys I want, I could just sit in this queue tab and literally pick the guys I want when it's my turn, right? It'll just say next to the name. See the next to the name on the right has those 3 bars? You can actually, if you hold the bars, I think you can move them up and down. But when it becomes my turn, it'll say draft this player or something. And I just hit that button. And as the draft goes on, right? So here, I'll leave it here. I'll resume. So see, someone just picked Christian McCaffrey. So that was the first pick. So it disappeared off my queue. But like I can literally just sit in this now, right? So I'm just kind of watching how it goes, right? Now I'm kind of mentally preparing myself. All right, they took Derrick Henry. Let's say I wanted him. You know, I know he's a good player. So next best player is Kamara on this list, right? So I'm thinking maybe I'll pick Kamara, right? So yeah, whoever's picking has 6 seconds. Boom, they just took Kamara, right? So I can't take him. So now I'm thinking, all right, next best player, I guess, is Mahomes. Mahomes is a great QB. He's going to put up points for you. So maybe I'll go with Mahomes. Next pick, there it is. It says draft. I'm going with Mahomes. There we go. Just drafted him. So now I'm up in 2 picks again, remember, because I was 7th. Now it went to 8th. So 8th place is going to pick. He's going to pick again. And then it's back to me, which is pretty cool, right? So I have a QB, right? Remember, I need a QB, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a tight end, right? So now I'm going to pick a wide receiver, I think, right? Let's see. Yep. So I picked Diggs, Stephon Diggs, wide receiver. So, yeah. So this is my team so far, right? So now when I go to the results tab, right, it'll show me my roster. So this is my roster filling in. So I have my starting QB, I have my first wide receiver. It all fills in right here. So now I know, right? So if I go between Q and results tab, I know, okay, I still need, right? I still need a wide receiver. I still need 2 running backs. I still need a tight end. I have a flex position. And then I have a kicker, and then defense. Just so you know, kickers and defense, just leave that to the end of your last picks, because those are the guys that are really going to be your least points. I mean, maybe the defense will put up some good numbers, right? If there's like a good game and the defense is making the other team fumble, it's intercepting, sure. But you're really going to want better players over a defense in the long run, right? that's going to be at the end. Okay. And then, right, at the end, when you get to the kickers and the defense, then you have your bench players, right? So what I like to do is I like to fill in my starting lineup, right? QB, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end. Those are the guys that I want. Then what I like to do is I go, you know what? I'm not going to pick my kicker or defense. I'm going to go straight for my bench players, because those are the guys that I want, right? My backup guys, in case anything happens in the season. Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bench spots, which is pretty cool. Okay. And I mean, that's really it. That's really it. You know, I could sit in this mock draft for the remaining draft, but I'm not going to do that, because this was just an example for you guys. But like, see, oh, I need a running back, right? Boom, I'm going to star Kareem Hunt. So now he's added to my queue. So it's really about just starring the guys you want, waiting for your turn, and then picking them on the queue list. That's it. And then, like I said, going back, tabbing back to the results tab on the bottom right, and that's going to show you your lineup, and that's going to show you who you still need or whatever. If at all if you can't decide, right, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna screw up, I can't figure it out, the program will automatically pick the next best player for you. So it might be a random position, but it will pick the next best player for you. So you don't have to worry about, if you can't figure it out, whatever. It's fine. But also, I just want to show you something too. Let's see. I'm going to go back a little bit. Let's go here. Okay. So now, this was at the beginning, right? If you look, these little tabs, all positions, all offense, QB, wide receiver, running back. So if you go to all positions tab, it's going to have 1, 2, 3. It's going to have the guys from last year that put up the most points ranked in order. Okay? These are for all positions. If you're like, oh shit, I really need a running back, if you click running back, it's going to have the same thing, but it's all running back. It's not all positions, right? So just so you know, that's really it. It's just about navigating within this kind of like this app, navigating, like starring your guys, queuing up your guys, looking at the results, and that's really it. So I'm going to edit this video a little bit, and then I will send this over to you guys.